The old Victorian house on Cemetery Lane had always been an enigma to the townsfolk of Dresden. Abandoned for decades, it stood like a sentinel watching over the town, its broken windows like soulless eyes. One cold October night, Linda, a thrill-seeking journalist, decided to document the house's secrets. Armed with only a flashlight and her camera, she nudged the creaking door open and stepped into a world frozen in time. Dusty portrait frames and cobweb chandeliers spoke of a bygone era, but it was the whispers that unnerved her. Muffled voices seemed to emanate from the very walls, indistinct yet hauntingly persistent. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind her. Linda spun around, her flashlight flickering. "Who's there?" she called out, her voice lost in the vast emptiness. No answer, just the growing feeling of being watched. She ventured deeper into the house, her steps echoing on the wooden floor. As she approached the grand staircase, the temperature dropped abruptly, her breath visible in the cold air. The whispers grew louder. Moving forward, she found herself in a library filled with ancient books. One book lay open on a pedestal, its pages blank but for a single sentence: "Leave while you can." Ignoring the cryptic warning, Linda continued her exploration. The walls of the house seemed to close in on her. The whispers turned into screams, deafening and desperate, urging her to flee. She stumbled upon a room with a massive, ornate mirror. Her reflection appeared, but it wasn't her, it was a gaunt, hollow-eyed version of herself, a silent scream plastered on its face. Panicked, she turned to leave, but the door wouldn't budge. The air grew oppressive, thick with the scent of decay. In a last-ditch effort, she smashed the mirror, shards scattering across the floor. Reality twisted around her, the walls warping and groaning as if alive. She fell to her knees, the whispers now a cacophony in her head. The house had her. The last thing she remembered was the sensation of icy hands pulling her into darkness. The townsfolk found her camera weeks later, lying at the foot of the grand staircase. The footage inside was static-ridden, barely watchable, but it captured Linda's final moments, her terrified face, the inaudible whispers growing louder, and the shadowy figures closing in. The house on Cemetery Lane was boarded up once more, but the whispers never ceased. They say, if you listen closely on a cold October night, you can still hear Linda's desperate pleas for freedom, forever trapped in the House of Whispers.